Hello, my angels. So I bought a bag on the Real Real. I'm still debating on keeping the Bottega Venetta bag. I think I'm going to keep it now that I've discovered the Apple Watch solution, but I'm not really an Apple Watch girl, nor do I know if I'm going to buy an Apple Watch. But this bag is much bigger. So this is from the Real Real. It's my first purchase from the Real Real. They gave me $20 off my first purchase. I think it was 20. It comes in this little dust bag, I guess. Remove the string to recycle me. Oh, it's a lot prettier than I thought. And it's this non-refundable bag. It's a shoulder bag. Oh, where are the straps? I better be in here. Yes, it better. These are pretty. Isn't that pretty? With a little... Oh, well, look at that. So you pull this. Oh, that's so cool. And then you put this in here. Pull it. It's so fancy. It's a nice color. They made it seem like it was so... I mean, it is pretty super dirty. But I'll show you right now. The reason I got this color and I got it at all is... Hold on. Let me just make sure that it's... Yeah. Is because... you can paint this. So what a lot of people don't realize is when you have real leather, you could bring it to someone, they could polish it a completely different color. So I could turn this green, I could turn it purple, I could turn it fuchsia, magenta, I can turn it burgundy. So what I figured is after it gets a little dirtier, so the bottom is really worn out, but I don't really care because it's the bottom, right? But the body itself is really not that bad, right? And this was like $260, maybe $300 with the coupon off. I think it was under $300 with the coupon off. This is what the inside looks like. So it feels like soft leather. It's really soft leather. It's softer than the outside. And then there's a zipper compartment. Is there money in there? I always wish and pray. No, it's just a receipt to tell you what bag it is, I guess, if I returned it, but I can't return it. And then it's just a YKK zipper. It's really soft on the inside. It is softer. You know what the inside feels like? You know when I did my wallet collection and I was like, oh, and I opened up the Gucci wallet and I'm like, it's so soft. Feels like that. It's really soft. It looks like pleather, but it feels like really soft leather. I can't imagine it's really soft leather. This is leather. I can't imagine they would line this whole thing with that soft. It feels like really soft leather though. That would be weird if they did that. But, I mean, it's worn out. What is in my mouth? It's like a little... Maybe it's a sweater hair. I don't know. That was weird. I don't know. But I got it on the Real Real, so it must be real. Not. Don't believe anything. You have to authenticate your stuff yourself. But, so I was thinking, if I did color this, I would color it like a cognac brown kind of color. Then, not a tan. Like a cognac brown. It's almost like a reddish brown, but more on that deep caramel-y color. Not tan. There's a difference. It's a cognac. Just look up cognac brown. And then when that was done, then I would dye it like a burgundy. And then when that was like too much, I would either dye it a purple, like a fuchsia or a navy blue, or maybe like a purple, like a fuchsia, like magenta. Which I don't think you could do. I think you have to dye it white first. So from brown, you can dye it to burgundy. From burgundy, I could probably do navy. And then from navy, I could do black. So this bag could literally have 5 lifetimes. You know, or you could change the pattern. You could change this to a brighter yellow, like a deeper, darker yellow, like a mustard. And then you can change it to, I don't know, fuchsia from there. Because I mean, it's not that off to add the colors to make it like a fuchsia. And then from there, you can go to like a bright neon blue, I guess, maybe, or something, or navy blue and then black. But there's a lot of potential with bags like this. So when you see this, when you're bag shopping and you're like, oh, you know, what is the potential life for this particular item? You know, if it's real leather, it has a very long lifespan. This is my first Bottega tote. My first Bottega bag ever was the Marco Polo. And it looks like a Dr. Speedy bag. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I think it is the Dr. Speedy bag. The Marco Polo collection, you can look it up, from Bottega. It's the Dr. Speedy bag. That was my first Bottega bag ever. And then the purple pink bag that I just bought that I'm supposed to be returning to the Real Real, but I can't bring myself to return it because I don't want to. So my phone doesn't fit in here. And then I have another one coming from Japan, which is the Intricato one. It's also a small. And then I was going to buy another one that I've never seen before. It's like such a beautiful pattern. It was like $1,100. I don't think I could justify spending that until I get, so I was, you know, I'm solution oriented, and I didn't want to wear this or keep this because, and this I wanted to wear just to like art galleries, avant-garde events, fashion things where people can actually see this and appreciate it for what it is. Now, a lot of like the general public might not look at this and be like, you know, but a lot of like people in fashion and that like, you know, wild, crazy stuff are going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. Right. So I figured I would wear it to those kind of events. My phone didn't fit. So I'm like, there has to be a solution. There has to be. So then I thought about it. I'm like, Apple Watch, that's tiny. And I was like, it's supposed to sync up, but via Bluetooth. So I was like, well, if I park my car outside, but a lot of these times you're going in a building, upstairs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So then I called AT&T because I don't give up. When I will find the freaking solution. I even like, I'll tell you, so I don't, if I remember about the guy that I'm dating, and I will find the solution. And so I was like, okay, so I call AT&T and I'm like, wait a minute. If I get an Apple iWatch, can I use it without the phone? And they're like, if you get Wi-Fi service. So then I figured it would kind of work like your laptop, where like you can get calls on your phone. I'm guessing, I don't know. But I think your phone also has to be near your, see, that's what I got to find out. I got to find out from someone, if you guys know, if I get Wi-Fi service on my phone, can I get phone call on my Apple iWatch, whatever. I don't have one yet. I was going to get the rugged one because I'm a mess and I'll probably wet it and get it messed up. And then if I do the documentary, like, you know, when I go to do the next leg of it, and let's say I want to go into the jungle, can I put a SIM card in it? So can I activate it with a SIM card, its own separate SIM card, and not have it connected to my phone? Can I just use the Wi-Fi and use my iCloud to get phone calls on the Apple iWatch without my phone being anywhere near it? And I think AT&T said they could sync it. I think. I have to double check. And that's all I need it for. I just need to get phone calls. And I wanted to know if I could put a SIM card in it so that if I do travel internationally, it could kind of act like a backup phone. And I could use it when I'm in the jungle. And I'm not always in the jungle, but I do go to the jungle. I did go to the jungle while I was in Peru. Or remote places like in the mountains or whatever. I don't want to bring my phone sometimes when I travel internationally. I just don't. So I have a backup phone. I have the iPhone 7 that I use sometimes when I travel. I have the XR, the one that you saw that's all jacked up. This one, it's like really jacked up. And then I have the backup one, same exact phone. That's my aunt when she was younger. She's so pretty. She was our favorite aunt. My sister just named her middle name after her. So I'm using this until it's dead, but I could also use this as an international phone as well. I don't care. You know, when you travel internationally, you don't care, you know, because I have the case to make it waterproof. So I could actually use the backup phone that I have and transfer this over there. So I'm just trying to understand what my options are, because if I can get, and then the thing is, like, I don't know if I have to have a contract with the Wi-Fi service, because I would only turn it on when I'm going networking and hobnobbing and whatever. Like if I get grants for my documentary and I would hire my friend Stephanie, we would just be the only 2 employees, then it would make sense because I could write it off, so that when I'm going to all these gala events and I'm going to meet, you know, possible donors or whatever, then I can sit down with them and have my Apple Watch in my cute little bag and not worry about a big phone ringing or making a mess or blah, blah, blah. So it makes sense, especially if I'm traveling doing the documentary, I could write that off, right? Unless somebody from Apple is watching this, hi, or you work with Apple and you're like, hey, this girl's doing a documentary. Why don't we just give her the new iPhone and an Apple Watch, the rugged one, because she's gonna, and I film all my documentaries on my phones. I'm not using like high-tech equipment. I'm using the Samsung S21, and if I can get an iPhone from Apple, I'll be using the Apple. I use the first one for Peru with the XR, and I state that. I'm like, you know, this is being filmed on this kind of phone, and then I teach people how to make their own documentaries on a phone at least the filming part and blah, 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 and how to like change the specs and all that so that people can make their own documentaries and start their own YouTube channels and whatever. Right. So that's like the premise of the documentary. So if anybody from Apple is out there, send me, my address is down below. Send me a free, if you want. Could you imagine? I would cry. I would cry for like an hour. I swear I really would. Send me an Apple iWatch Rugged and a new phone, and I will use that to film my documentary and give Apple the credit for it. I mean, you guys can write it off, dude. Come on. And so and I still have to fill out my nonprofit application. I'm just going to do the easy one because I was going to fill out this whole long one. It takes hours, and I already paid my lawyer $1,200 to do it, but I never gave him the business plan, so I could just use the credit, fill out the easy form, pray to God that they accept it, because it's already been almost 2 years, so I didn't get over, like, you can't fill out the easy form if you plan on getting over $50K in donations. I donated $35,000 of my own money to the documentary to help, you know, set it off, to do the editing and to do all that stuff, buy the equipment, everything I need. Got this and a couple of other things, like, you know, the headphones, because I don't want to bother the people upstairs or whatever, and my laptop and all this other stuff for the documentary. And so, yeah, I'm just on a tangent right now. So the guy that I'm dating. So the other night, I too much information. I went over late, right? And he wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning because he has to wake up with the markets, right? I don't understand. He's overseas, whatever. He does finance. I understand because I do the same thing in crypto. And, oh, look at this. This one's ripped. They didn't say that. They didn't say that. I think I could just stick it under there. But then I feel like there's one missing here. Yeah, you could just like stick it under there. I mean, I really don't give a shit. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't care. I'm just going to stick it under there, but then this one's missing. So there's 2 flaws that were not disclosed. Is it going to affect the making? No, because the part that is connected is secure. It's just that one piece. I'll see if my guy can like glue it in or something. I don't really care. And then there's one piece missing here. Let's see if that's going to affect the bag. No, it's almost like they knew and they fixed it. Do you know what I mean? So I just have to, I can't use it on that side. Let's see if there's anything else wrong with this one. So you know, oh, look, there's a piece of leather missing right there. So my solution, he didn't even say anything. I just told him, I was like, you know what, from now on, if we want to hang out, because I didn't want to make it very uncomfortable for him, because he'll hang out with me till midnight and then go to bed, and he doesn't really get a lot of sleep, and I feel bad, you know, because then he has to go do all his other duties in life, you know, being the son and the dad and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, you know, why don't we just get together from now on? Oh, look, it says Bottega Venetta in here. You see that? In the actual clip. That's cute. Why don't we get together around 7, 8 o'clock? I just said it, you know, I was like, hey, just thought about it. And I was like, why don't we just get together around 7, 8 o'clock? So, you know, you can go home early and then you can actually get some real rest. And then I was like, on his drive home, because he was like, oh, I just got home. I don't want to drive all the way back to Queens, because he was like an hour away from me. But he has to pass my house. So I was like, and then he's like, if I knew I would have stopped by. Just lots of excuses. You know what I mean? So I like call him out on everything. That's why I don't know. I like him. I could see myself with him long term, but I don't feel like he feels the same way. Like, I call him out on all his BS. You know how guys do that? They say one thing, oh, excuse, excuse, excuse. And I'm like, BS. Blah, here's a solution. Now what? You know? So then I was like, you know, if you're ever driving home, just, you know, just let me know and be like, hey, are you around? And I'll be like, sure. And then you can come over if you want to. And when I said that, he did like that sly smile, like, and I'm like, look, it's up to you. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to go after you. I'm not going to pursue you in any way whatsoever. I'm looking for someone that wants to spend time with me, that wants to make me part of their life, that wants to include me. I said, I know you're very rigid, and he's a type A personality, like fucking hardcore A personality, excuse my language. I used to be just like him when I was an executive assistant, to the T. So that's why one of the reasons I like him is because I understand him. He only sees the hippie version of myself. That wild, free, crazy, I only work 3 days a week. I have all these days off. What am I going to do with my time? He doesn't know what I do with my time. And so he, you know, like him and all the guys I've dated before were like, you don't understand, Mayra, what it is to have a 9-to-5 job. And I was like, first of all, I don't understand what it is to have a 9-to-5 job, because I've always had like a 6-to-6 job or a 6-to-9 job where I worked anywhere from like 60 to 80 hours a week. So no, I never understood what a 9-to-5 job was. And even when I was in high school, I had 2 jobs and I went to college. So no, I don't understand 9-to-5 because I've never had a 9-to-5. I've never had it that easy my entire life, right? And then they kind of shut up and they're like, you know, I was like, so I know what you're going through, but I've chosen not to do the 9-to-5 thing because I don't want to be stuck in traffic for an hour each way, lose about 10 to 12 hours of my, I'm not doing that anymore. I can make money other ways. I'll figure it out. And so I explained to him, like, when you're on your way home, just kind of like text me and be like, or call me. No, don't text me. Don't ever call. Just call me and be like, hey, are you around? You want to hang out? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. And then we can just hang out for like an hour or two. You know, we can go out to dinner. We can go to a movie. We could do whatever, you know, and then you could go home because it's already on your way home. You know what I mean? Sometimes he takes the railroad in. So of course we're not going to hang out then. But I was like, you know, because his schedule is busy. So it's whenever he has time. And like, he literally is home by 7, 8 o'clock. He eats and then he goes to bed at 8 p.m. and then he wakes up at 4, generally. But I know when he hangs out with me, he's up until at least 11 midnight, you know? So I'm like, well, how many times a week are you doing that, right? Just saying. But I don't want to go there. I'm not trying to open up that door, Pandora's box of, but it's already open. So I'm obviously talking about it. So I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I do like him. I would like to date him long term. But like I told you guys before, he doesn't want to get married. He doesn't want to have kids. He doesn't want to live in a house. Those are my 3 prerequisites. And like, he doesn't want any of that stuff. And I'm not going to try and change him. And he's like, you can't change me. The reason my last relationships ended is because they tried to change me. And I know what I want. And I was like, I don't blame you because I know what I want. And I want to get married and I want to have kids and I want to live in a big freaking house with a swimming pool and a tennis court and a garden because I'm going to grow my own vegetables and fruit. And I want a cherry tree, a lemon tree, and a peach tree. And he just stayed quiet. I was like, I know what I want. I know what I want. That's what Bon Quiqui says, right? If you know the Bon Quiqui. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? I love that. So I got this bag. I couldn't make a video without ranting. Couldn't do it. Just can't. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Until next time. All because for one bag. Hasta luego, babies. If you like my style, stay for a while next time. If you like my vibe, please subscribe. I'm a storyteller, so I'm going to tell you everything that goes on in my life. You get to know me a little bit better. I can't not babble. You know why? Because I have no one else to talk to. My mom and my sister, they don't want to hear it. They don't even want to hear me speak. I just stay quiet and watch them go back and forth. And then if I say something, they both attack me. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything, right? So then my best friend Stephanie, me and her, we laugh all day long, sending each other memes. We talk back and forth. So she's like my only friend, like literally. Michelle was my other best friend, but she's like so in love with her boyfriend that it's like all about him. And I talk to her maybe like once a month, if even. So then I have you guys. So I talk to you guys. So somebody was like, oh, you should go Facebook Live and Facebook Live, YouTube Live. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, so let me know if any of you guys want to be moderators for that. I need you to just remove anybody negative that says anything stupid. Just be like, remember, delete, block. Remember? Delete, black. You say anything negative, it's like, I'm not even going to respond. Delete, black. Bye. So that's our motto on this channel. And yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Until next time, XOXO. Oh, when should I go live? Like, you guys tell me date, time, whenever. Should I go live? Like, I don't know what I'm going to say. You know? Because I don't really have a filter anymore since I've gone hippie mode. When I was like corporate America mode, I was like not Kelly Conway, never that bad. But look, it's happening here too. Look, here. Do you see that? I wonder why it does that. Do they all do that? No. It happened here. They're on different sides. This has a lot of wear and tear on the bottom too. But he could paint it all the same color. That's why I didn't care, because my guy could do magic. And here, they're on different sides. I don't really think people are going to notice it that much. I don't know, but I'll tell him and maybe he could glue it in, or I don't know what he could do. Is this normal? Does anybody have a Bottega bag? Because the Marco Polo is not the Intricato. I mean, it is pretty, you know, but this, I mean, that's just normal wear and tear. Oh, how does it look on the body? Oh, I love it. This is perfect for me. This is the perfect bag, the perfect size, the perfect, you know, hip. And I can always change the strap to like a gold strap if I wanted to, like a longer one to make it a crossbody. Oh, well, it would have to fit over this thing. So I'd have to think about that. You know what? I have those gold rings. If you guys, well, then I would have to use that kind of, well, I could because there's no hardware on this. So remember those gold rings that I had that I put on the strap to make it like a belt? If you guys have been with me from day one, not day one, but like the last few months, I could put the gold rings here and then attach it to the gold rings. I could do that, or I'll figure it out. But I like it as is. I'm content with this purchase. It's not perfect, but because it's full leather, because I know that I can manipulate this and change it, I don't care. I love it. I'm at peace with it. It looks like I've had it. It looks like I've had it for a long time. That's the cool thing about buying vintage. It looks like you've had it for a long time, like your old money, and like you're used to really nice things. All right, my angels, my babies, my sugar cutie patooties with little booties. I love you guys so much. Throw this over there because that's how I treat my bags. That's gonna go in the closet over there. No, I'm kidding. I did that just for shock factor. So but I do treat my bags like that. Like I'll just throw a bag and be like, yeah, I'm gonna put that in the closet. Because I don't know, there's another lady that said the same thing. I don't baby my bags. If I pay money for it, I pay it to use it, not abuse it, but use it until I lose it, until it's done, until it doesn't exist anymore. I don't want to sit there and be like, oh my God, there's a scratch. Like, I don't have time for that. You're supposed to, if the more money I pay, the more indestructible that bag should be. Do you hear me? The more money I pay, the more indestructible that bag should be. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Until next time. Bye.